Hey everybody, Sean here from BoredParacord.com. Today I want to show you the Mandala knot. A few people have done this one. Real easy to do, and what I've got here are two cords. They're both about, I don't know, 20 inches long each. Acid purple and charcoal. So the first thing you want, oh, and we're going to do a bracelet out of this, kind of like what I'm wearing now, where it's got two sliding knots on it. I've been wearing this for about 2 years. I haven't taken it off very many times. Maybe once, maybe twice, but yeah, I've had it on for a long time, so it definitely is holding up. Anyways, let's get started. So 20 inches of each color. We're going to set the purple aside for now. First thing we want to do is lay out your cord about like this. You want to have just over 1/3 of the cord. So you have 1/3 here, 1/3 here, and then 1/3 here. And you want to pinch at that 2/3 point. You're going to take your cord, basically where this is, you're going to create a loop. So you want to take that shorter cord up over the longer one and then bring it through the hole there and pull it through. So you should have just a basic knot that looks just like this. So that shorter cord went over top, under, and through. Now this, basically you're going to just pick up the knot, take the cord right along kind of the same line as this knot here, and just kind of hold it here while you pass your working end over top of the long end here, and then underneath of the knot and up through like that. And you're going to end up with kind of an artistic knot right there. And we're just going to let that sit there for a second while we grab our end of our our acid purple. So if you're looking at this, you should have probably, so if you measure this, you should have about 1/3 of the cord, probably a little bit less than 1/3 of the cord over here. We're going to take our acid purple and just poke it down through that hole there and pull it through to the point where you have the same amount of cord as what's over as your charcoal here. So you're going down through the center, leaving a tail here. Now the first thing we want to do is take our tail, cross it over the long cord, and then grab the end of your long cord and go down through itself right there. And you want to make sure that you get all the twists out of here. Now I'm going to tighten up this gray one just a little bit, and then I'm going to tighten this almost all the way. I want to leave just a little bit of a hole there on this purple so that I can pass the cord down through that loop there. Real easy. Just take your end, your working end, and go down through. So you want to pull, let me zoom in on this for you here. You want to make sure that your acid purple is pulled down so that there's not a gap like that. You want to pull it down and make the gap above the purple there. And then your long end, you're just going to poke down through there, just like that. Now see how this is kind of twisted right here? We want to make sure that that twist is out of there, because that twist is what's going to really kind of hurt this design if you don't get that twist out of there. Alright, so now we've got the cord coming out of the back side. And let me just kind of show you what I did here. Okay, so we have that knot. The cord is coming out the back. What we want to do is just kind of get this charcoal up out of the way. And we're going to go underneath of the short end here, and then through the knot, the purple knot here, and off to the right. And you should have something that looks just like that. Real easy to do. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to back this out and do this purple section again for you real fast, because it's real easy to do and it doesn't take very long to do it at all. Okay, so you have your the beginning knot that we started with. Let me me just see if I can maybe get this to zoom a little bit better here. There we go. All right, so take your one of the working ends of the other color, pull it through, and you want your short end to match the short end of the charcoal here. So the short end's coming up through that knot there. You're going to cross your short end over the purple and pass your purple down through there, down through itself. Pull that almost tight, just like that. Leave enough room in there. Take your purple again, pass it down through the center above your purple. So you don't want to go down through this hole here, you want to go down through here. And when you pull this through, make sure you get that twist out of there. There's always a twist right here. So just kind of turn the cord until there's no twist in the cord. When you get that, you're going to reach under this charcoal. You're going to go under your working end, your short working end here, or your short end I should say, and then grab your end and poke it down through the purple, and you should end up with a knot that looks just like, oh, and we have a twist in the cord here, so we want to get that out. There we go. Alright, so a little trick that I kind of figured out is if you grab hold right here on both sides and you just go like this and kind of gently pull, and then go the other way and gently pull while you're doing it, it tends to cinch up the knot exactly where you need it to. And as you can see, just kind of gently tug on these cords as you're doing it. And then I like to take the whole knot here and kind of press it. Let me lighten this up. I'm not sure why it's so dark. There we go. That's a little better. Pull that tight, kind of squish this down, squish it flat, and you should have a pretty good looking knot right there. Alright, so the next thing we want to do is, since we have a small end here, we're just going to do a quick little knot to end this cord. So we're going to take our short end, bring it underneath of the long end, over top, so you're just kind of going around this cord here, and then you're going to make a knot and go through itself, just like that. And what we're trying to accomplish by doing this is we're trying to put the knot at the back of the bracelet so you can't see it. So you can twist this cord so that it looks like that. That way all you can see is this little piece here. So we'll just cinch that kind of tight. And I'm actually going to cut the cord here. There we go. And fuse it with the lighter. And if you're looking on our website for this, I use this in the last video I did, and some people were asking me where to get it. This is called the Futuristic Torch Lighter, or the Futuristic Lighter. It works very well. I don't know what I did with my smoothing tool, and I keep saying that, and I never grab one. There we go. Okay, so you've got your charcoal's done there. Now we're just going to rotate this 180 degrees and do the same thing on the other side. So reach under the long cord, take it over top of the long cord, and then make a knot through itself, just like that. And twist it so that the knot part of it, and what I mean by the knot part is this part right here. So just reach on, just kind of twist it so that you just have this piece showing. There we go. Pull this nice and tight. You're going to want to pull pretty tight on this so that it doesn't back out on itself. There we go. And we're going to cut the end off on this one. And do the same thing. Get it nice and melted, and then you can press that in there real nicely with your smoothing tool. I would recommend the smoothing tool more than your lighter, because what happens is the lighter gets hot, and as the lighter heats up, the paracord tends to stick to it. Okay, so now we've got this. We're going to turn this into a bracelet. So One way you can do this is with 2 sliding knots, and they're real simple to do. It's just trying to get them in the right spot. And let me get this back into focus here. There we go. So what you want to do is you're going to do a couple wraps here. So you're going to wrap the cord one time around itself, make another loop, and then once you get your second loop, whoops, I did that wrong. Okay, so you want to basically take your working end and wrap it over itself a couple times. So you're going to have two loops like this. Once you have two, you're going to take your cord and go back through there and then pull it tight. And when you pull it, you'll notice you have an equal sign like that. It's equal. And when you flip it over, you have a multiplication sign or an X. And that's one of them. And I'm just going to leave that loose because I'm not really sure where this other one needs to go. It's kind of trial and error with these. But what you want to do is create that first loop, go around the charcoal here like that, and then you want to loop it around 2 more times. You want to have basically 2 loops to go underneath of, and then take your working end, run it through those 2 loops, and as you pull, you get your multiplication sign, flip it over, and you've got your equal sign. And it doesn't look quite centered. Actually, it's not centered at all. So I'm going to work on moving this knot further down on the purple. I think my charcoal one's pretty good, but I do need to loosen this up and just move this whole knot down to here so that it's in the center. But as far as the bracelet goes, it's pretty much done. It's just working these, more toward the center. So if you lay this down like this, you want a knot about here and a knot about here. And basically when these knots touch each other like that, your bracelet is at the most open that it will be at. So you got the biggest circle when the knots are closest together. Where the knots are closest together is where you should be able to get your hand through pretty snugly. So once you figure out where your knots are and what your distance is around here, that's when you can work on figuring out, okay, now I need to move this knot further down my charcoal so that it's over here, and my purple needs to move further down to about here, and then you should be good to go. So I hope you like it. This is called the Mandala knot, and real easy to do. I hope you like this one. Don't forget to check out the Facebook group, and if you need Paracord, check us out for that too as well. And until next time, Paracord on. Do me a quick favor and hit that subscribe button to your left. There's other great videos all the time, and there's a few to the right side of the screen, and you can also buy Paracord at our site with the link at the bottom left. Thank you again for watching.